Yeah, baby, what's good? You here?
You better believe that.
Yeah, man, what's good?
I love you, man.
I love you too, bro. Word, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. Yo, bring that in there, bro. Word, no doubt, man. This is my beginning, and this is everything to me. You know what I mean? To have my family on stage with me is just like the best. That this is how we started.
His energy alone, just the fact that he's able to pick up that mic at this time, it will bring tears to my eyes, honestly.
Yeah. BTV Productions, the Cultural Preservation Station. Tune in. Tune in. Hey, yo. Black education, cultural preservation. Tailor BTV because elevation. Tune into the station, we rockin' the whole nation. That's right, we rockin' the whole nation. Prepping new generation for mental activation. Tailor BTV's the new sensation. Stop the hesitation and learn something new. My girl Taylor B's here to show and prove.
On that video shoot, it was funny because we a few things. We seen UFOs for the first time. I seen a UFO for the first time in my life, and I was blown away by that. And then I pointed it out to people. I'm like, did you just see that? And they're like, yo, what are y'all bugging? Y'all bugging. Y'all ain't nothing right there. So me and Priest, yo, what are they talking about? Yo, there's a whole thing right there. They don't even see it. So we like, we done. We know what to do. We keep it going. So then we shot the plan. We did that video out there. We was on Speedboat. It was one of those action. It was an action video.
Yes.
And a matter of fact, Marcus Nispel is the one that shot that video. And Marcus Nispel did Michael Jackson's, I think he did one of his biggest videos. He's the truth. And that's why that video looked the way it looked. Because they like
real professional, yeah.
They're like, we're gonna go with you guys, Earth, Wind and Fire, Wyclef, and Old Dirty Bastard. We need this to look like that.
Yes.
So that's what then it would start pricking me. Well, what you want to think about for the? I'm like, can we get on the now? Can we get on the UFO? Now I start thinking, I would like to be inside a UFO and this and that. So when they start telling me that we could really put that together, I'm like, I don't think that's true. Now next day they really doing it. So now I'm like, we're gonna be doing this all like this. This is crazy now. Because when we came out, it's funny. Let me show you how the game was. When we came out with that song, right? Now, we was in the studio. We didn't know next door to us was Proswell, Maya, and the Fugees. So the next thing, Ghetto Superstar come out at the same. So we bugging. We like, yo, wait a minute. How is they doing the same thing we doing? And they got dirty. This is crazy. It's crazy. So we bugging now. We like, yo, they use the exact same thing. So we like, wow, this is how the game is? Okay. And at that time, this was when a few things went on because this when Cannabis said he snatched the mic off Mike Tyson arm. What's his name? LL. When he snatched the mic off his arm and all that was going on. But now it's funny because a lot of people don't know that Cannabis was rolling with the Fugees. That's all Jersey. Eminem too. Eminem, all of them was all over there. And we went to the opening for the When We Were Kings film opening for Muhammad Ali's documentary, When We Were Kings life story. And when we walked into the theater, somebody said, Sons of Man. We looking, we like, yo, what the hell? The niggas tapped me. They're like, yo, Razah, here you go. Because I'm like, I don't know, man. So then we look up. We seen Wyclef, Lauren, Proswell, and Cannabis called us. So we looked, we like, oh, bitch, what are you, the whole city talking about you right now? So we bugging. We like, oh, snap this, wow. So he rolled with them. So we was bugging. When we came in, the bouncers, the security knew us. He said, yo, come here, y'all. I got a special spot I want y'all to sit. So he grabbed us and walked us over to Muhammad Ali and his wife. And he sat us right next to them. He said, Razah, come here. He said, you're going to sit right there. I looked up and I could look right at Muhammad Ali. I was bugging. I had tears in my eyes. I said, you my hero, man. I can't even believe this. And his wife was sitting there right there. So she told me to sit next to her. She said, come here. She said, sit next to me. She said, sit next to me. So now they all like, yo, Razah, here you go. So now I don't know. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, Muhammad Ali's right there, yo. So now I'm bugging. So now I get eye contact with him. So now we get eye contact. So he grabbed his fist and he was shaking. He said, he said,
Uh-huh.
so I'm like, I don't want to fight you. So I'm like, nah. So his wife said, she said, he loves you. She said, when he does
Yes.
that to people, he loves you. I said,
Oh,
that's my hero. I almost want to cry. I can't even believe I'm that close to him. So
wow.
then after that, that's how we got a hold of Wyclef. So
Mm-hmm.
then I said, yo, Clef, I was telling him, I said, yo, we doing an album. And we would love to work with you for some production, yo. And because the original song in the beginning was just me and Killer Priest together on a Razah beat. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder where that song is at now that I just realized that. It was a song that me, Priest, and Razah did together, was the original. And when we did the remake over with Dirty, that's why Wyclef came. Because it was
Mm-hmm.
it kind of was like a remix kind of thing. Um, and then the next thing, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and the video happened. And then
Mm-hmm.
the label flew us out to LA because they said we're gonna record the album. But they said if we leave y'all at home, there's gonna be too many distractions for y'all. So we need to bring y'all out of New York so y'all can record this album. So they brought us to LA, flew us out there in the middle of everything that was happening. So it's like this was the season when Biggie was out there after what was that just happened?
After
This when
Tupac.
all of this was all last season. So
Mm-hmm.
Biggie, when he went back after the first time when I'm going back to Cali, when he went the second time and got shot, we was out there.
Mm-hmm.
So while we was out there, we was staying at what's that place called? It was called the Oakwoods Apartments in Marina
Mm-hmm.
Del Rey. We was living in Marina Del Rey in Oakwood in LA. So while we was out there, we was seeing everything. So we seeing people like, okay, before you know it, because they was calling my room like, yo, niggas is bugging, yo, the radio saying they killed Biggie. So we like, yo, it's true, it just happened, yo. So because we like, yo, this is crazy, and the phone is like, yo, y'all okay, they bugging right now. So we like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, this is all the way real. So the funny thing was, they're like, so and so just was on the radio. I say, so and so just was with us in the Jerry's Deli somewhere. How did they even get to New York that fast? So now we
Mm-hmm.
starting to realize New York that was out there. There was a lot of rappers out there at the time. So people was getting on planes and exiting. They was out the door.
Fast.
The back door and fast. Out of there. So we like they say Wu is good. So y'all good. Like my man in the
Right.
building, he told me, he said, yo, y'all good out here. Y'all could go anywhere out here. He said, but a lot of these other rappers out here, a lot of other New York niggas and East Coast shit, we don't fuck with that. So we're
Yep.
like,
And you could.
oh, word.
That's true. That's true because even Method Man had said that at one point in a similar fashion. That when all that at the height of when all that was going on, that Wu-Tang was always good out there.
We was. And
Yep.
that's why we shot the video there. We was living there and we recorded the album there. Because if you want to be in your creative process, like you don't want to be around no distractions, strictly
Mm-hmm.
work and creative zone, that's one of the best places to record. That's why a lot of people go there to record their albums there.
Mm-hmm. All right,
That's
let's
one of the
take a
best
break.
places.
Let's take a break and give you some flowers real quick.
Hey, yo, peace to the gods, Earth and Revolution. It's your man, City Sparks, Lieutenant General, Louisiana head of state for ghetto government officials. Shout out to my whole GGO fam and Taylor BTV. It's the movement, you heard?
Amen. Amen. See, this you reminded me of the whole thing from all the way back then made me come up with this ghetto government thing from all the way back then. Because I'm like, you know
Hmm.
what, this music is it's more than just music. We could be
Right.
uniting our people with this music and really doing some powerful stuff with it. That's when because you got
Right.
to remember, I was young, so I didn't know at first. So once I started to know and I was learning, like, yo, like 100,000 people came to see us, yo. Now this is crazy. This is bigger than it's bigger than music.
Right.
It's much bigger than music.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's get back into our questions here. Let's talk about in your bio, and I'm sure this is well known, but we're going to make sure we renew everything as we go forward. Let's talk about you being 14 years old. That's where we left off with the last question. You were 14 years old. You started taking everything more seriously because you had been locked up. You had different things going on. You're 14 years old. You get discovered by the Razah. Tell us what that's like being discovered and mentored by Razah and having your group be able to sign with Razah, and what's some of the lessons that you learned from that?
From that era showed me a lot because that showed me how real the game is 10% music, but it's 90% business. So that's when I learned. Because in the beginning, you don't know. So all you want to do is
Mhm.
rap and rap. So you don't realize this is all majority, this whole thing is all about business. You don't know that yet. So they educated me on that. Like I used to be up under them. They was my mentor. So I would come in, I got questions. I want to know this or how this and what to do. It changed from the way the game was then to now. It's totally different. But to come up
Mhm.
in that era to see the way it was, like there was a time to see. You gotta remember, we the underground was different then. So this how mixtapes got started because it was underground. Whatever the radio didn't play curses, they didn't play
Mhm.
that kind of stuff on the radio. It was commercial. If you didn't make commercial rap music, then you was underground. So we was pushed to the underground. What we ended up doing was we ended up making the underground go commercial. That wasn't the plan. That wasn't supposed to. It was like, okay, the radio now put that on the mixtape. We can't play it on the radio. What they didn't
Mhm.
expect was when we sent it out to the underground stations, they was gonna like it. So we started getting respected for it. Yo, y'all, that new joint y'all niggas just dropped is crazy. So we like, yo, so this underground thing is not a bad thing then. So because
Mhm.
it wasn't like they controlling what you saying. Like to be on the radio, they gotta take this, you gotta clean, it's destroy the music. Yo, I went to record a record and then they told me to on the radio, I had to delete the whole record. So I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. Once the underground came, I'm like, I didn't know it was the underground. It was the two different parts of this shit. So now, like,
Mhm.
okay, so now I'm gonna get them two sides of me because I know I could write commercial music. So I'm sitting like, okay, so they don't want that's considered underground. So see, it's like the conscious music became underground.
Yes.
But we went underground and turned the underground commercial, where people
Right.
wanted to be underground. If y'all underground, y'all coming out the underground with songs with Earth, Wind, and Fire. I want to be an underground rapper then. But
Right.
that's because we was battling. We was the dudes. We was in the battles all the time. Like
Mhm.
dudes would come on. Yo, I want to battle the Wu-Tang. I want to battle the Wu-Tang. They go over there, go battle the Sons of Man, yo. And you come out a dead body after
Yeah,
that.
y'all was smoking boots over there.
100%. And
Yeah.
they would show up. Yo, I think I want to battle the Wu Tang. They're like, you do? Go over there to them. Go to them. It's
Dope.
different. It's
That's
different
dope.
because at the time, dudes was too fly to get in a cipher with you. Hip hop. See, that's what hip hop. That's when it got funny. Like how you a rapper, but you like, yo, I want to y'all want to spit a cipher with you. Niggas is too cute now. So it's nah. I don't do ciphers, yo. It's, you need to get out of hip hop. Nah,
That's
I don't do
crazy.
ciphers. I got signed, yo. Now you got to rap even more. Because now if I defeat you, I'm more of a champion. So you sign. Now
Right.
we looking for signed rappers. Let's find some of these signed rapping niggas so we can destroy them. So we used to walk around Washington Square Park, West 4th Street, looking for rappers because that's where they
Mhm.
hang out at. The movie theater was right there on 14th Street. So the park, Washington Square Park, the park was there. All that was the hangout. So let's
Mhm.
go catch some rappers, yo. Let's go catch some rappers and battle them right there. Battle
Mhm.
them right there and put them on the spot because they would try to run up on niggas that couldn't rhyme to get points off of them. That's corny.
Yeah, that's mad corny. You don't get no
So
points off of that.
yeah, and we was for me. specifically, I was young. I was the youngest out the group. So for me, like that was that. I love to spar with niggas. I love sparring because it's gonna
Right.
make me sharper.
Yeah. And then for
You
you to
gonna
be the youngest, if you spar with somebody that's older than you and you smoke their boots, now
you
that
getting
puts you up
stripes?
another notch.
Exactly. I was getting.
Yeah.
It was all about stripes. I'm gotta get
Right.
my stripes up.
Talk about Sons of Man and like really just tell people a little bit about the evolution of the group through the 90s and then we'll get to your solo career.
Yeah, because the evolution of the group was it was see the beginning was
School
more
people.
was
Yeah.
yeah, just yeah. It was we had I think it was that 5 people. Shabazz disciple
Mhm.
was Sons of Man. It was Killer Priest and Shabazz was the disciples of Armageddon or something. There was DOA in the beginning.
Mhm.
DOA was them two. And then as when I was young, I used to live with Prodigal when I remember I said I had my first son, my firstborn, I was living me and Prodigal. Everybody, yo, that's y'all niggas like brothers, because every time I see
Mhm.
y'all niggas is together. And because we like he, I was living with him when I was like 15, 16 or some shit. And I just had my first son. And then from there, we started recording, writing songs together. We just started doing everything together. And then I would bring them to Supreme House because I was recording over there. And Supreme was doing the beats for me. So Supreme
Mhm.
was doing the beats for me, and it's me and Seventh Ambassador was a group called Live and Direct. We was
Mhm.
part of we was a duo, and we was part of a crew called Mad Mob, which was all from Red Hook. We was called Mad Mob, which meant the acronym was Mentally Armed and Dangerous Mother out of Brooklyn. So we was the part of the Mad Mob, and then from there before Sons of Man, and then
Mhm.
Priest and Baz was doing they just did the grave diggers thing. So that just happened, and then that started getting its fame. So the fame came from that, and deals started get thrown on the table for Sons of Men, like we want to sign y'all. So
Mhm.
then what had happened was I forgot what the label was called at the top. It was we had these kind of like co-managers that was with us, and they knew about these record labels. And
Was it before Red Ant? Or are you talking about them or before that?
yes, this is before, it's prior to the Red Ant situation. Because the Red Ant
Okay.
situation came along
Mhm.
because Priest had called me one day to meet him in the city. Because he said he was talking with some people, this lady that wants to sign him, but he couldn't sign at the moment because he had just signed a deal with Geffen Records and with Jizza and Geffen. So he said, yo, Razah,
Mhm.
you come over here. So he said you can get the deal because you ain't signed yet. So I said, yo, I'll be
Mhm.
over there. I said, don't worry, I'll be over there. So I came over there.
Mhm.
He introduced me to the lady. It turns out the lady, she's talking to me. Hey, so how you doing? You young and blah blah blah. When you born and all that. So now I said, oh, my birthday, blah 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 blah. She said, oh, she started screaming. She said, oh my God, this is unbelievable. She said, we got the same birthday. So I'm looking at her like, yo, that's crazy now. I'm like, I never met nobody that got the same birthday as me. That's all the way
Uh-huh.
crazy. So now she started talking about, she was from LA. She was pretty much like a female Shug. So she was from
Mhm.
LA and she was explaining to us about LA and how things is different there from the city, from New York City. We start talking and then she letting us know who she knew and all that. So then okay, so this is what we could do. Then she started throwing ideas at us. Since Razor's the youngest of the group, we take him and blow him up and build. She had all these ideas. So what we
Mhm.
could do is we could launch him and launch the group and do all this stuff that we wasn't thinking. So we like, oh, we didn't know it could go like that. So then she comes out to know she had these investors. She said they want to invest into my label. She was called Threat Records.
Mhm.
Threat Records was the ones we did the deal with. And then Threat Records had got the distribution from Red Ant BMG. They picked them up. They picked her up because she had the group. And
Mhm.
then what came with it was the Last Shall Be First album. She helped us create that whole album. And when I say she helped, helped to get paid for the deal and the
Mhm.
business, the 90% business part that I was talking about. She covered that. She came with all of that. She came with that
Mhm.
side. And she knew Philip Bentley and Verdine White. So me and Priest, when Priest told me to come, I said, yo, I got that cassette. We had just recorded the song. So he like,
Mhm.
yo, he like, you got that song with you? I'm like, yeah, we just recorded a song with Razah yesterday. So I played the song for her. She, oh, so me and Priest on a song was playing around doing for the hook, Shining Star. So when she
Mhm.
heard the song, she said, listen, she said, you know what? I know Philip Bailey and Verdine White. We didn't know who she was talking about. We're like,
Mhm.
who's that? She said, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the song y'all singing. So we like, wait a
Right.
minute, you know the real Earth, Wind, and Fire? She said, yes. So then she started calling them. So we was like, yo, this is all the way crazy. So
Yeah, you're bugged out
now
now.
we like, yo, this is turning into something totally different.
Right.
So the next thing you know, we could do this and have this. She got this idea. So then now we like, yo, matter of fact, we just ran into Fuji's the other night. So then she like, okay, so this is what we could do. She raised give me Wyclef number. This is what we could do. We can ask him to do it. She had all these ideas now. So she like, we can have him do it so we could shoot the video and this and then maybe we put Old Dirty on. She had a whole bunch of ideas. So we like, yo, this is not bad. She's like,
Mhm.
I have
She's
Earth,
on
Wind, and Fire.
point.
Yeah, because you and Priest singing the hook, but I could get the Earth, Wind, and Fire to sing the hook. So we looking at her
Right.
like, this is not true. Imagine somebody telling you all this shit. So you like, yo,
Yeah.
she just called the niggas from the group and then told me she gonna get them to sing the hook for us. So I'm like, yeah, this is not either this is a dream come true or this is crazy. And I'm like, okay, this is all the
Mhm.
way crazy. So then the next thing became, okay, we gotta bring the group out to LA so y'all can get the album started. So then we went into all of that. From all of that, what had happened? I had this song called "Psychic Hotline." I had recorded with Supreme. She
Mhm.
loved that song. So then when she asked us about music, now we start playing music for her. So when I played that song, blew her mind. She was like, "Oh my God, how did you do this concept?" Oh, this is such a crazy concept. Because the way I did the song was I was the caller and I was the person doing the read-ins and the caller on the song. So
Okay.
the concept, she was like, "This I never heard nothing like this."
It was innovative to her.
Yes, yes. And then the
Yeah.
next thing now, once we got that part, and now I keep playing the song. So now, like, yeah, we did this and we did that. Because what had happened, Priest had just finished. He recorded Heavy Mental album. He had just finished Heavy Mental. We was doing that. We was working on that. And then me, him, and Fourth Disciple had to go to LA because Geffen, all the labels kept doing the same thing. Geffen said we got to come to LA to record the album. So we went to LA. We stayed in what was that hotel? I forgot this hotel. The Nico. We was in a Nico hotel out in LA, and it was like some Japanese hotel, some karate, crazy shit. So we
Mhm.
was in this hotel out in LA. And then next thing you know, we was doing the heavy metal. Me, Priest, and Fourth Disciple. That's why I'm all over that album because we went out there in the beginning for that, and then Priest was going through because he was like, so at that time, what had happened was I forgot that label. It's a label that they wanted to sign. There was what was called Penalty Records. But before they was Penalty Records, the name Penalty Records came because Shabazz song was called Death Be the Penalty. And then
Mhm.
after that, they jumped on the penalty. And then after that, they signed Nori too. He was signed to
Mhm.
Penalty Records too. That was Martin
Mhm.
Moore and Neil Levine ran that company over there. And they
Yeah.
wanted to sign the group, but RZA had told us once the singles came out, Soldiers of Darkness and No Love Without Hate and all that came out, he said a
Mhm.
lot of people gonna start coming to y'all to, to try things. We listened and first we was watching it happen. So we're like, wow, okay, so this is the business part now. So now I'm
Mhm.
watching the business part of the game. I'm like, okay, he said this and I watched it happen. So now when the manager, the sneaky manager, tried to take us to the meeting, and then we get the meeting. Then they sit there. We get to the meeting. They talk to us about the deal. Blah blah blah. So then we in a group, me, Prodigal, people, we like, yo, man, RZA said we ain't supposed to be doing this, yo. And we had to go back to the studio in Staten Island. So when we got back to the studio, he said, "Y'all, what's up with y'all?" He like, "What happened?" He like, "Oh," he said, "So what's up with that? What's up with y'all? Where y'all coming from?" And we like, "Oh shit, he knows." So
Right.
y'all just came from penalty, right? Not penalty. He said, "Y'all just came from blah blah blah." We like, "Oh shit," the niggas called him already. So we bugging. We like, "Yo, this industry is a small industry. Everybody know each other." Before you know it, when we got back, he knew already what we was doing. And then we like, we gotta go. And then the group left the meeting as the group. We left the meeting as the group. The manager, when the group got back to Staten Island, we found out Shabazz went back with the manager for a solo deal and signed with the
Yes.
label. So now the group, they looking at me like, "Yo, you and him came together."
Yeah, that's your man.
Yeah, what's up with that? You don't know, you didn't know he was doing that. So I'm looking like,
Mhm.
I didn't know. So they're like, "You
Right.
didn't know? So you didn't know?" So this how I got in the situation with me and Prodigal got tight. Because I was a
Mhm.
little kid and I'm like, "Yo, bro, I'm about to have a kid, yo." And all I was 17. I have my son 17 years old. So I'm
Mhm.
like, man, I'm not dropping the ball right now. Nothing dropping the ball in this game right now for me, man. I've been rapping since I was a little kid. I'm all the way here now. And then from there, then we got to talking to her about, she said, "This is what I want to do." She said, "I want to buy the whole group from Razah then." Because I said, we
Mm.
can't, I said, the group can't sign because we signed to Wu-Tang Records. So she
Mhm.
said, "I want to talk to Razah." She said, "I want to buy the whole group from Razah so I can get Razah and sign them to a deal, to a deal." So now it's getting crazy. So now we're like, what the hell is she thinking? And talk, this is
Right.
crazy. So now we like, okay, well, this is good things, but we wasn't expecting to do all this. So now she's talking a whole different thing now. I want the whole group. So we like, bet. So then she said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna launch the group, and then we're gonna do all y'all solo records, solo albums. Because I was already solo and all that. So
Mhm.
she, so she like, we could do a 60 album, have a 60 singing album. We do a Prodigal Son album. Do a Killer Priest is already signed to Geffen. So we just got to do Razah and then Prodigal. So she had Future planned out before we did. So we just looking,
Mhm.
but she making a lot of sense that we wasn't. Kathy Jones, if you watching this interview, shout out to you too. Salute. I ain't forget you.
Salute, Kathy.
What's funny, this is how I got connected with Frank Maya and all that. This is
Mhm.
all from that season. Frank Maya was,
Mm.
I think he was the PR person for that label Red Ant. Me and him got connected because he was doing all our interview. He was doing the interview. He interviewed us when we recorded with Earth, Wind, and Fire. He did that too. No, him and this other lady, what's her name? Susan Crane. They had
Mhm.
filmed the recording session of that because we was in Earth, Wind, and Fire studio for that. And that's how I got connected with Frank, because I was like, where's them tapes? Yo, you got those tapes? I was on them tapes
Mhm.
forever. I'm like, where's them tapes with them Earth, Wind, and Fire interviews? I was on that.
Right.
And I'm like, you was
Did
the
you ever
PR
get your hands
person.
on the tapes?
Nah, because what had happened, this is what happened. You know what happened to
Mhm.
this what happened to the label while we was in the middle in our promotion. The label went bankrupt and closed down.
Mm.
That freed us from our deal. We was free after that. So we like, okay, Pat, so we do what we gotta do now. So we
Right.
find out the label, because they Red Ant BMG was like, they had big artists over there, huge artists. And it was Randy Phillips, Al Teller, and who else it was? These niggas was big. This was when the internet was brand new. So they was talking
Mhm.
about the internet where we don't know what that is. But they was
Right.
explaining to her how it's gonna be helpful for us. So we like, nah, I don't know what that is. It sounds good, but we don't know what you're talking about. So they explained to
Mhm.
us this when remember that in the beginning the internet was new.
Right.
All you knew for a computer was go to the library and turn it on and
Right.
use it to copy machine and books and stuff. You didn't
Mhm.
know it was controlling a whole bunch of studio stuff. We didn't know that. So
Right.
things started to change. So then once she started talking like that, she okay, I'll buy the whole group from Razah. So now we like this is a whole different thing we was thinking now. So boom. So then it got real. So once they brought it to LA, boom, we finished the album, and then we had them down on the album to get on songs with us. So she took them the information for them, and she contacted everybody. She contacted each one of them and said, "I'm gonna get you paid for these songs," and blah blah, blah. She took care of the business. And at the time, I forgot what album they was doing, because when they came to LA and they seen how we was out there, "Yo, what y'all doing? Y'all living out here like kings. What y'all doing out here like this?"
Mm.
So because they had to come, they came to the Oakwoods too. So they're like, "Yo, what y'all doing out here?" They came and recorded Wu-Tang Forever at that time. Because now they see what we
Hmm.
was doing. They're like, "Yo, that was smart. That was smart. That was a smart
Right.
move." Because we left New York where all the partying and all the distraction was at, and we went to LA where it was just work. All you had to do was just listen to beats, sit in the room and write. So
Yeah.
hooks, come up
Just
with
be
ideas.
focused,
That's all it was.
keeping
And
yourself
that's why that
focused.
album is exactly because we wasn't partying and playing around.
Hmm.
We was straight serious. That era in hip hop was a good era for forever. That's like the golden era too. It's funny
Yeah,
because
that's
it
the
takes me
golden
back to,
era. Hmm.
you remember that time when Suge Knight came and said on the stage, "If you don't want your CEO dancing in the video and all in the videos coming to death row."
I
We
remember
was
that
backstage.
vividly. You were. Hmm.
Backstage, and we had just came. Me and Preach had just came back from LA. We had the Millennium 2000 tape, Illuminati tape, New World
Hmm.
Order, with Jordan Maxwell and Anthony Hilda. We had the first tape. It was a
Hmm.
VHS. What they call it, VHS. It was a VHS tape.
VHS.
We
Yeah.
had a VHS tape. So they told us to come to the Source Awards. So we came over there. We're like, we coming. We came, they was backstage and all this stuff. So we like, okay, so boom. We came to the room, we like, "Yo, we got this, we got something to show y'all." So we threw the tape on. We threw the tape on, and it was about the New World Order coming 2000, Millennium 2000. Because after, we wasn't supposed to make it past 1999, yo. It's supposed to be,
Right.
the end was supposed to happen after that. So Y2K was supposed to happen,
Hmm.
supposed to be the end. So we had the tape and we put it on Millennium 2000 New World Order Illuminati. We threw that tape on and it was on in that room. The next thing you know, we heard after
Mm.
that, after leaving all that, the next thing you know, we heard in hip hop, everybody kept saying Illuminati. We was bugging. We like, "Yo, what's
Yeah.
going on?" Everybody's saying Illuminati now. So we couldn't, we like, oh, they don't understand it. So we like, I don't get it. I don't get it. They running with it, but do they know? So
Right.
these certain cats were saying it, but they didn't know. And then they went and became the Illuminati. And see, instead of being
Right.
against it, they realize you're gonna be. This is something you're gonna have to be strategize how you're gonna be against it, because it's gonna be a
Right.
machine controlling everything. So
Right.
so they went
Strategize how
and
you gonna work around it.
yeah, we trying to save it. Y'all going
Right.
became the
Well, you run.
Illuminati.
They running into the arms of it.
Yeah, they went and became the Illuminati. It's like, you don't supposed to become it. It's that you went the opposite direction, yo. We gave you the right direction. You turned around, went into a whole different thing with it. After
Yeah,
that, after that,
y'all was on it. Y'all was on it. Sons of Man early on. Y'all were teaching all
listen
of
to
that
our
stuff.
early songs like '95, Soldiers of Darkness. We was talking about stuff nobody ever said in hip hop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Five Archangels was all the way crazy.
Yeah, you guys started a whole new genre of hip hop back then with the spiritual hip hop, teaching the scriptures and teaching about things like that. Nobody else was doing that then.
Yes, because we was talking about the 5% lessons. We was talking about things
Mhm.
nobody really knew. The Quran, the Holy Quran was in them. We was
Right.
talking about things that nobody really was knowing at the time. And they're like, what is y'all even studying? And then when Priest dropped Heavy Mental, they was all the way, they're like, y'all different. Y'all all
Yeah,
the
you
way
guys were
different.
way ahead of your time. Yeah, way ahead of your time. And people right now will listen to you guys stuff then it still probably can't even
Yeah,
figure
because
it out.
it's funny because as a little kid, when we came into, what was that? I think it was called Firehouse. The Firehouse, that's the studio.
Firehouse Studios, yeah.
Firehouse. We went. That's where Wu recorded Into the 36 Chambers. So
Mm.
imagine being a little kid and you got meth, ghosts, and shorty. Let me hear you kick something for me. My heart was beating like crazy. I'm like, oh my god, these niggas is standing right here, and he told me to
Right.
rhyme. I'm scared. These niggas is I don't know what to do. I was scared. A little kid scared. I'm like, oh man. So now I gotta do it. I'm like, oh boom. Then I started spitting for them. And when they heard me, they're like, oh. And when I heard that in the room, my heart,
Yeah, you knew.
I was scared. I'm like, oh my God, this is I didn't expect this. I didn't know what to expect from this. And they're like, Shorty, you got it. They said, you gonna be the future, yo. They said, you got it, man. You dope, yo. And I was like, I was scared. I'm like, these
Right.
niggas is on. Like they are the game. So I'm like, this is all the
Right.
way it now. So they're like, now I'm not in a cipher kicking around to somebody not on yet. This is somebody
Right.
that's on now.
And their opinion matters.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So once that, I was like, okay, now it built my encouragement a little bit because now, like, okay, if they approved it, now I feel a little bit better because I was nervous in the beginning. I didn't know what to expect from this.
Let me go ahead and play a little clip from Method Man talking about just that. Let's watch it together.
It's something about, and I don't like to say B Wu-Tang artists, those B-level dudes and stuff, because Killer Army, Sons of Man weren't B-level dudes to me. That's family. They were actually family to us. But then you got these other guys that are making moves under the flag, and they're doing BS stuff under the name of the flag. And people are thinking that's associated with us, so we must be whack too.
Method Man
Deep. That's
himself
deep.
said it. So Method Man always gives you guys your credit, you and the rest of the Sons of Man's members and Killer Army, as real official affiliates, because we know there's a big movement of that goes on too.
And it's funny with that. It's funny with that because I remember when they were saying all of that was going to happen, and we didn't understand it until it happened. We like because we didn't know in the beginning. It wasn't as crazy as it got because see we seen it after the fame, so we like oh it did go all the way crazy.
It did
After they
go
dropped that first album, after that first album came into the 36 drop, everything changed for everybody. Everything changed. See, people don't know a lot of this stuff. 60 is the one singing. That's not Dirty. That's 60 singing on Cream.
Okay.
That's 60-Second Assassin singing on Cream. And see,
Dope.
that's what they used
That's
to do.
dope.
They used to think that, oh, that was Dirty. They used to always throw us, because Dirty kept us with them, so they called us, they was just like, okay, that's the Brooklyn. So Dirty and the Brooklyn crew come. It'd be Brooklyn Zoo and Sons of Man come through. And we was under Dirty most of the time. Yeah, because 60, that's his family. That's his Razah is his direct cousin. And Dirty is too. That's his family. So we was with, that's where we was at.
Right.
Because we're not gonna front like fake like we from Staten Island. We're not from Staten Island, so we're not gonna fake like we was.
And you guys are proud of where you're from too. So that's another reason why there's no need to fake where you're from. And it don't mean nothing. Still family and still affiliated.
Exactly. And see, that's why
Yeah.
when I put out the album Welcome to Round Houses, because I had to reintroduce myself because they always did that. Oh, so they would automatically go, oh, so you're from Staten Island, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, why they keep doing that? And we didn't understand it in the beginning. And they just kept, they feel it like, okay, if y'all affiliated with the Wu-Tang, y'all must be from Staten Island. So that was just the way assumptions was. Okay, y'all must be
Well,
all of
yeah,
y'all.
that's the way that the industry tried to frame things too, I think. Trying to lump us all together all the time.
Until they started to find out when they came to Brooklyn, they like, oh, y'all niggas is from Brooklyn. Okay. And then when Brooklyn people from Medina would see us, they would go, nah, that's the guys from Medina. They knew where we was from. They
Right.
from over there, right there. That's Crown Heights, and that's Bed-Stuy right there. And that's where they knew already. So they're like,
Right.
they would tell a bouncer, nah, that's not Staten Island, yo. That's Brooklyn. And they seen our attitude was different too. Because they used to always, the Brooklyn, they was blaming on Brooklyn. If something bad happened, then Brooklyn did it. Brooklyn
Yeah,
did
they
it.
blame it on
So
Brooklyn.
yeah, exactly. And then it was like, then we was under Papa Wu too. So everything fell under that umbrella. When it came to
Right.
Medina, if it came to Medina, you fell under. If you didn't fall under Papa Wu, Dirty, and none of that, then you was questionable. It was like I
Right.
don't know.
Then who are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if this is official.
And then to this day, there's still a lot of that going on with people claiming the flag and all that. if it's real, but if it's not, just go build your own empire. There's plenty of out
That
here
was
for
the
all of us to
whole
get. Yeah.
right there. That was the
Yeah.
momentum that sparked everything right there. We figured we gotta have to go and build our own thing, man.
Right.
Because they can stop doing this because they wouldn't stop
Right.
doing it.
And it
It's like,
almost makes it
oh,
like you guys don't have your own identity away from that.
exactly. And
Yeah.
in the beginning, you don't notice it until you try to be yourself. And then you like,
Mhm.
this nigga, as soon as I did it, it said I was doing something else. See, it get real when you gotta stand on your own. That's when you learn about things.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
easy to stand with 1,000 people and act like you're 1,000 people strong. You're not 1,000 people strong, yo. And if
Right.
I put you by yourself, I would run through you, yo. And
Right.
see, that's what a lot of people scared to stand by themselves, yo.
Mhm.
That's just
Facts.
in hip hop as a whole.
Facts.
Because as soon as you got to it, it lets you know it reveals who you are.
Mhm. So speaking of that, like you've done a lot of collaborations throughout your career. I want to just make a correlation because you lost your parents when you were young. You're the youngest child in your family. So I know
Mm.
that's obviously hard on you. I feel, and then when I see you doing collaborations, and I'm going to play a clip later when you reunited with Sons of Man from the movie, when you went on stage, it just seems to me that the happiest when I see you is when you're with your brothers and when you're collaborating with your brothers. Would you say that's missing from the industry now, today, that
Yes.
that people don't collaborate? And would you attribute your love for collaboration to your loss of your family at such an early age?
See, it's about
Mhm.
you. That there shows a bond amongst brotherhood. And see, a
Mhm.
lot of people once it's pride. You got
Mhm.
somebody always in the crew that's either feel like I'm better than the rest of the people, or I can do this by myself. Pride is the most deceitful thing above all things,
Mhm.
and a lot of people fall victim to the pride. But they sit there, oh,
Yeah.
I can do it by myself until you got to do it by yourself. And that
And
narrative,
you've shown through your career that you can stand on your own solo. You're such a leader and such a creative being. You've done it on your own solo. You've done it successful with collaboration. You've been a part of 2 or 3 different groups where they've been successful and put out real successful content. And I think that says a lot about an artist when they can do all of those things and still be a complete artist and not have to worry about what somebody's thinking about or the person collaborating with, if that person is trying to be in competition with you. That none of that matters to you.
correct. Because see
Mhm.
that's the thing. See that's the family orientation of music that started music. Music was
Yes.
a thing that you played at family events, reunions. It was something that was
Mhm.
family orientated. Once all the people get together in the family, put on the music, play that record,
Mhm.
everybody's here now. So it was something
Mhm.
that we did together as a whole. And it played a big part because it helps you creative better, more. Because when you have people
Mhm.
there that's gonna be honest with you and tell you straight up, yo, nah, that's a whack song, don't put that out. I don't have yes men in my studio. If I catch you a
Mhm.
yes man in my studio, I would easily escort you right out the studio. If you say yes to
Right.
everything I keep asking you, you're gonna be going soon. Gonna be going soon. Because you're a yes man. I don't want no yes men around
Mhm.
me, yo. Because
Right.
that's dangerous. That's dangerous. They'll yes you right off the cliff. Yo, that was dope. Yo, that's hot. Yo, that's hot. Yeah, then you sit there and find out that was the song that everybody talk about you behind your back on.
Yeah, that's terrible. So there's a lot of that. I think that's a lot going on in the industry today because judging by a lot of the content and the music that a lot of these mainstream artists put out, I think they got nothing but yes men around them. 'Cause ain't
You
nobody
could
giving them
tell.
no true criticism. Yeah.
You could tell because they talk about you after it happened.
Yeah. They be all on them blogs talking about each other.
Which is sad because you would think, oh, I thought y'all was my friends, and then you find
Right.
out afterwards they wasn't. That's sad, man.
Mhm. Let's give you some
That's
more
sad.
flowers right now.
Yo, what the deal, Raise? It's your boy, Giovanni Pratt, aka Giovanni Poe, GGO South. I hope everything is good, my G. You know where I'm at. Love is love.
My family, man. I love my family, man, because you know what? You see how we operate? We function. That
As a
shows where
unit.
I came from. Exactly. We function like a unit,
Mhm.
and that's what's missing in the game.
Yep.
That's what's missing
I
in the
think
game.
a lot of this too is a testament to you because like I said in the beginning when I did the intro and I meant every word, like people who are great recognize greatness in other people. And I'll just take it back through your lineage with it. RZA recognized greatness in you, right? Now you then
Mm-hmm.
have the power to build up your empire, and now you're recognizing greatness in other people, and you're giving them opportunity, just like you were given opportunity as someone
That's the
that
way.
saw.
That's the way you're
Yeah,
supposed to do
so
things.
I feel like a lot of this, the GO, everything that you built an extension of you, of your personality. That's why we're giving you these flowers because it's amazing and you don't see too many other artists in the game that are doing anything to the level that you've done it, bro. Real rap.
I'm grateful for the acknowledgement because it let me know I didn't do it for nothing. Because see, you know what the
Mhm.
problem is? Why nobody doing it? Because they're gonna say, yeah, you ain't gonna get no props for that. They ain't gonna respect
Right.
you for that. They make you feel like that, and then you want
Mhm.
to hide it. Now you want to hide that you got that kind of talent.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I got yo. There was a time where they used to be scared to play conscious hip hop. They didn't want. They just didn't want to play it. So that's why everybody went over to the gangster hip hop market because they're like,
Yeah,
nah.
because that's who they were paying. They weren't paying you to do conscious rap. If you were conscious, you weren't getting the big payday and the big deal. They were giving the deals out to the people who were willing to do gangster rap or willing to do. Back then, it was just gangster rap, which kind of evolved into a sex rap, if you will.
Yeah, because that's when they was trying to do what you call it when you try to these niggas is slick. They try to dumb down the masses. And
Yes.
it was too masculine. So they're like, we gotta dumb it down with all this masculinity because it's too
Yeah.
much testosterone busting around here. Everybody's tough
Well,
guys and
yeah, they still do that. I don't wanna get too deep into it, but to me, I think they strategically removed the masculinity from the world, and that's just
so
not
they
in
can
hip hop,
control
that's
it.
in a
So
lot of genres. Yeah,
it's all about being able to control it. See, you can't
yeah,
control it if there's a lot of masculinity in it. Too
right.
much masculinity, you can't control that unless you're masculine. You
Mhm.
gotta be a alpha male. There's a lot of betas running around here in control. So that when you show up with the alpha spirit, they're like, nah, we don't want that kind of stuff around us. No, because they're gonna start to boss us around, tell us what to do. Ain't having that. We ain't having that. We want to wear our skirt and tuck our tail on the skirt and be happy.
Crazy. It's
It's for
crazy.
real. It's for real because
It's real.
look how now all this stuff that's coming out. Oh, Tupac paid $1 million to kill Tupac. Now everybody finding out stuff that 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 was always there. It was always
Right.
there. These things was always
Mhm.
there. It's coming out.
Yeah.
I just brought to mind. I said a line on my Heaven Razor album that certain
Mhm.
people called. They're like, "Yo, I'm bugged that you said that." I said they killed the image of Pac and gave you Kanye, and that's the truth.
Mhm.
They
Yep.
killed. They killed that. They said we don't want that. That we can't have that. We can't have too many Tupacs running around here.
Because they
That
know it's
happened.
gonna be the spark to the revolution. Yeah.
I said since the gay boule merged with the CIA, they killed the image of Pac and gave you Kanye, and that's exactly what happened. See, the boule
Mm.
came because the black people wanted to get rich fast. So then they figured out, okay, you want to get rich fast, then you're gonna have to do some things for us in order to get this bag.
Right.
So you
Mhm.
can get the bag, but you're gonna have to do some things for it. And see, once that was okay with certain people, they're like, yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'll do it. Everybody jumped on the bandwagon. This is why
It's
so
easy.
many it's crazy. Because this is why so many people are under scrutiny right now. Because as soon as they
Mhm.
came out and said, yo, we billionaires. So they like, yo, y'all niggas made billions off of music. That was supposed to not happen. That wasn't the plan. The plan was
Mhm.
we were supposed to destroy that. That was supposed to be destroyed so y'all wouldn't become billionaires. See,
Right.
these niggas wasn't supposed to say nothing. They went and go put it in the public. Y'all making billions, no billionaire. Now every last one that said they was a billionaire is under scrutiny right now.
Mhm.
They're going to prison and some kind of trouble. Everything
Getting
happening.
indicted.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like the whole thing with Cassie. The dude came out and said he's part of the boule. How would he even know that? So you that comfortable with this that you talking about that kind of level of stuff around this
Mhm.
dude? That's crazy. And for him to even know that is wow. Okay, so now this is the game we playing. Okay,
Right.
okay. So now it's starting to make sense because now I'm like, okay, who at that time he was rich, but he was the only rich one. And to put up $1 million on somebody's head to get them killed is a lot of money, yo. A lot of money.
Mhm.
You can't even do that by yourself. You have to have some kind of help with that. And I don't want to throw nobody under the bus or none of that, but I'm a realist. I ain't with the fake shit anyway. But for him to kill, he had to have somebody helped him with that. And I kind of wonder who that was because I'm like, who else was the richest, like the rich one at that time? And it's scary
Mhm.
when I think about Dan and Fresh Prince. It was him. He had all the money.
Mm.
And then he was the one that ended up with the Jada Pinkett afterwards. So now she was in love with the Tupac. So now with him and Diddy get together and okay, we gotta get rid of this guy. So now, okay, now it's starting to look funny. Cause now most them dudes, it was funny. I forgot. I think his name Benny Medina
Mhm.
was how he got the TV show, the Fresh Prince show and all that. So, but
Mhm.
Benny Medina was also doing something with all those people he was working with. The same thing Puffy going through,
Mm.
SA and doing all that things.
Mhm.
And see, this stuff is nothing new under the sun, man. Ecclesiastes told you
Right.
that a long time ago. Ain't nothing new under the
Mhm.
sun, yo. This has all been done before. And it's a lot of things people was doing because they found out how thirsty they was to get money. So now they're like, yeah, they're thirsty to get this money now for this music. They'd be willing, we can get them to do anything. So they
Mhm.
could make you question your manhood, will put them over you. So now they're not scared of
Right.
you now. Now you're not
Right.
scary to them no more. Because now they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
we got the tape, we got the videotape, we know he's not like that. And this is the game that you this is the music business. This is the game that
That's
you want to get
crazy.
in. hmm It's this
That's why
is
I be questioning too. Sometimes I be like, y'all really want to be in this industry? This shit is wicked as hell.
it is. It is. It got worse than rock and hip hop now.
Yeah.
Because once you start waving that bag around, people willing to do whatever for it. It's funny because
Mhm.
I look at the game and I go, yo, none of these niggas got rich until somebody in their circle died. Every last one
Mm.
of them billionaires, somebody has a mysterious death or a mysterious person around them was murdered, killed. Then they became a millionaire, a
Absolutely.
billionaire. So
Yeah.
before that, it was no none of these rich rappers. So all of a sudden, everybody got rich after that. After their friends happened,
Mm.
that's not by accident, yo. They doing it right in front of your face because you don't know.
Yeah.
Because you
And a
don't
lot of
know.
people don't care. Yep.
No, they don't because they're all part of it too. And see, that's what they
Yep.
find out. They start to find out like, wow, everybody is in on this thing. I didn't know.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, the Boule
Mm.
is controlling the game right now. Most of it. Most of them is all Boule. And that's why they
Mhm.
make you do what's what they're doing? Tight pants, all kinds of wears. Hip hop was baggy jeans and Timberlands, my nigga. And
Yeah, and
we
they
didn't
had a
go.
problem with that. They had a problem with the baggy jeans, and they had a problem with our how we dress. And now
Yeah,
look at how they got us dressing.
it was hoodies. A hoodie and baggy jeans was hip hop. Oh, you
Yeah,
dressing hip
it
hop.
was masculine. It was more
Yeah.
masculine than what they got going on now.
Niggas got heels and they doing all kinds of weirdo stuff. They got heels.
I saw a video of Kid Cudi, and he was performing some song with a dress on. I was like, "What the hell
Yikes.
is going
See,
on
see,
out
see.
here?"
That's when they don't fear hip hop. See, when you see
Right,
that is in control of the hip hop music, you like, I ain't scared. Okay, turn it louder. Turn it louder now. Turn it up
right,
louder so we can make more of them like that. And if you put
exact.
on that masculine music, we're gonna get mad and we're gonna have to leave. You throwing that
Mm-mm.
stuff with the skirts, turn it louder. Let's go louder.
That's crazy.
And it's bad because you know what? Little kids ain't even getting a chance to grow now.
No,
Like
they're
now,
not, and they're
they giving kids the option of what you want to be in public school. What gender you giving them gender?
right,
You what gender would you want to be? We
right.
didn't go to school and have no questions.
No,
See, they able to
no.
question that now because they know the kids ain't got no parents in home.
Or they got those white liberal parents that's the
That's
agenda
okay with that.
that they wanna push.
Exactly. That's okay with that. We didn't have that when we went to school. We went to school.
And
It was okay. We didn't have
yeah,
all
we
that
were
kind of shit.
kids. When we went to school, we were allowed to be kids.
What
So,
are you asking the kid? What do you want to be? What gender do you want? You
yeah,
don't do that. You
what would they know
confusing them.
about it? And then my whole thing it's hypocritical for them to do that, bro, because how can you ask a child that young what do they want to be, but the child you don't allow it to vote or do any you have age limits for everything else for kids.
Mm-hmm.
But you gonna go ask a kid that's this young some stuff about some sexual
Sex.
identity.
Exactly.
Yeah. It don't make no sense. It's hypocritical. They're
It's
either too young. They're either too young for that.
it's sad.
They're
That
either
shit
too
is
young to
sad.
drink
It's
and
sad
vote
that
and do all.
you would give a kid an option like that. It's sad that you would even ask them something like that. I'm disgusted.
Personally, I think it's disgusting, and I think
You know
that's the
what it
direction
shows?
that things
It
been
shows
going
that
in.
there's a lot of pedophiles in control of a lot of powerful
Yeah,
positions right now.
yeah. It shows that, and it shows that's the agenda that they really want to push. And when they do things like that, our community is always the first target.
Always, always.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
then you got those weird billboards everywhere you live after that.
Yeah, they got
Promote.
that stuff on billboards now. They got it.
Mm-hmm.
They. It's like they're advertising it everywhere now on TV. You can watch a new TV show. Not that I watch a lot of TV, but I've
See,
noticed
you know
that
what's so
on
funny? They,
shows there's always somebody. You know,
they set
it's
it up
always
though.
yeah.
It's all a
That's
scam
happening.
because what they did,
Hmm.
they sit there, they set it up, they set the whole thing up, and then once they got rid of all the boogeyman, then they didn't sit there, they pulled that wool over their eye. Okay, hey, you
Hmm.
can be whatever gender you want to be. So now we ain't got no threats now. So now we can turn all of them to females. We
And
can
that
turn
stops
all
us
of
from procreating too. So that stops our reproduction. So
mm-hmm.
it's a genocide. It's a form of genocide. Yeah,
They trying to
population control.
depopulate. Yes, they
Yeah.
trying to depopulate this by 2030. See
Hmm.
what the thing is. We got. They say they trying to tell you too much carbon is destroying the environment. Do you
Hmm.
understand the carbon they talk about is people?
Right.
That shit ain't got nothing to do with no material item. That's just talking about people.
And
You are the carbon.
we as melanated people are definitely carbon-based people
Yeah. So they saying we got to kill.
because
We
our
got to get rid
melanin
of
is
people.
made of carbon.
The amount of people that COVID took away is not as scary because I didn't even know that many people was on the planet at first. I'm like, that's a lot of
Mhm.
damn people that just disappeared. A lot. Almost
Yeah, but
5 billion people.
the people that COVID took away, it was the people who got the jab.
Yeah.
Most of those people are
Because
the people that died. Even the people that didn't get the jab, they're fine. Most of them, they're
yeah,
still
because
here.
you want to be hard headed and don't listen to what you call them conspiracy theorists. Look what it
Hmm.
cost you. It caused
Look what it cost you.
it cost you a lot of deaths because people. Oh, I want to
Hmm.
hear this, the new world order shit you talking about. I don't want to hear the
Right.
conspiracy theory stuff. Yeah, find
Hmm.
out conspiracy theories turn out to be true. Then look how everybody looking now. Everybody looking all scared and stupid right now.
Yeah, like we should have listened to them niggas when they was telling us this back then,
Cause
right?
it was a, you know how it was like it was for us to even say that was brave. It was bravery.
Hmm.
You had to be a brave heart just to even talk like that because your
Right.
life was on the line for that. You ain't even supposed to be talking about this. Y'all niggas gonna talk about it in public.
Hmm. You're
But
right.
it's a see if we're not gonna sit there and go along with the agenda, then what else you gonna do then?
You got to speak out against it. I think it's gotten
Uh
better now with people having more access to social media and having access to their own platforms. It's
That's
gotten better with
why.
people,
That's
you know,
exactly why they get control this whole thing with the social media thing. See,
right.
this whole COVID shit was all this shit was a what they call it a training process.
Like a drill.
Yup. This whole thing was like
It
we're
was a
gonna train
drill.
them and see what they do
Hmm.
if they was locked inside. So while you was locked in the
Hmm.
house, whatever you did the most, they know you doing that. So they sit there,
Right.
okay, if they was locked in the house, all they would do is watch television. I seen
Hmm.
about 10 billion people, it said 10 billion people watched the show that day.
Hmm.
So now they
Right.
know exactly what people would do if they was locked in. So now
Hmm.
they know how to control everything. Okay, these
Right.
people stop, they're nothing but going on computer and social media. They don't
Hmm.
go out no more. The libraries is empty. They don't go to the library. They don't go nowhere. They don't do anything no more. So
Hmm.
now they don't go food shopping. They got apps that do delivery, so they ain't gotta go. They don't do food shopping. You don't do anything for yourself essential no more.
Right.
You stop growing food. You don't grow food.
Hmm.
you just keep buying for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's injected with all shit to kill you. Everything that could
Yep.
possibly kill you is injected in that food they sell you.
Yeah.
It's clone. It's all clone. Everything they sell
Absolutely, it
you is
is.
all clones. It's all clones. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real. There's no thing as seedless fruits and shit because how did they grow then? Where did it come from?
We know the biology on it.
You don't got the seedless fruits. That wasn't created. That's a man
Mm-hmm.
creation. That's not no thing that was created. That was created by
Right.
man. Okay, I'll get rid of I'm gonna get rid of the thing that grows it. That don't even make any
Right.
sense.
Yeah. What? That's how you know it's diabolical.
Yeah, it don't got no seeds in it.
Yeah.
Where
No,
did it
it's
come from?
diabolical.
That's like being a seedless man, a spermless man. Y'all might as well
Well,
sign up. They're doing that
that's
too.
what they're trying to do now. That's
It's
the
just
new
gonna
race
be
that they're trying
sperm.
to make.
Yeah, it'll be a spermless nation.
Yep. That's the new race they're trying to make,
Yeah,
bro. That's what all
yeah,
this cutting this off and turning into
yeah.
a
Because the
woman and all
robots,
that's what all that's about. It's about making a new race of people for these new cities that they're trying to build.
yeah, because they making designer babies now. The way
Mm-hmm.
you can have a baby have what kind of vision it wants
What
and what
kind of
kind of
color eyes you want it to have and all that.
they go in there with it. So they're
Yeah.
like, okay, now we got to control the whole thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got to wake up, man, my people. For it's getting all the way for real now.
Mm-hmm.
Because 2030 is not. That's almost 6 years. That's about
It's
6 years.
6 years. Mm-hmm.
It's a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap. And this is not conspiracy theory we talking about. This is dead ass shit that's happening.
All you got to do is listen to some news outside of America because you're never going to hear it on the news here because the news here is propaganda. They're ran by the
The
machine.
first
So
time I
you
did
got
that,
to.
I was scared. I got scared because I didn't know that much stuff was going on in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
it's funny because then I started to hear, like when the COVID first happened, they kept saying that it was this person, Ukraine, this person, that person. But what you don't
Mm-hmm.
know, watch Ukraine news. Watch what they say about the United States. They're gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
oh, the United States got the bio labs and out there too. So what they're not
Mm-hmm.
telling you is that they working right beside these niggas. So
Right.
they telling you, watch this person. The threat is the China. China is trying to kill us and do this and do that. These niggas is working side by side. These niggas, and
Right.
they learning from them. They sitting there
Mm-hmm.
like the dystopian shit is already in China. They got
Mm-hmm.
computers shit already running the whole thing. So they sit there and they watch how control and it works for the country. They jumped on the bandwagon. They said, okay,
Yeah.
if it
Want
works
to
for
implement it
China,
here now.
yes, they like
Yeah.
if it's gonna work for China and Japan, because now they starting to go further than them. So they're like, if it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
work for them, then we need to follow them.
Yeah.
We
We
need to
gotta.
copy them.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we can't be left behind. So we gotta copy them. So that's definitely what they're doing right now. I'm gonna give you some more flowers right now. Then we're gonna get into some more questions.
Peace, is your boy Judah Priest, man. Ghetto government officials, Brooklyn Zoo bullies, 144,000 chosen few. You always want to take the time out and tell my brother Hellraiser wings up, man. Salute, you know what I mean, on everything that you have done, man. I appreciate you for all the jewels you have given me over the course of the years, man. I appreciate our brotherhood. Shout out to BTV for being the voice of the street and having one of the realest on right now. Y'all already know. Wings up.
I love my
Wings
family,
up.
yo. Wings
Wings
up.
up. Wings up. Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into it, bro, since we're already on this line of questioning. So
Hmm.
we know what they're doing. We know what it is. It's basically it's headed toward trying to make us be in a real technocratic society with a global impact of with the digital smart cities in our community. So when do you think it'll be 2030 or 2035 when or 2045 when America will finally really adopt this with the social credit score ideation and following some policies of those other countries like Scotland, Canada, and Saudi Arabia and China. So
Yeah.
when do you
I
will
would
happen?
say for the way they moving at the speed they
Hmm.
going right now, by 2050, everything will be fully implemented by
In
then.
place?
Yep.
Mm. And what do you see is helping them get that in place? Do you talk about Project Bluebeam and what
Well,
you think they're
Project
going to
Bluebeam
use for
is
that
they
to
gonna
get this
play
into place?
on. They gonna because what they trying to figure out right now how to go public without scaring the people with this information. So what they're gonna do is try to set up something where they already did it in Miami somewhere. where they had a bunch of
Yes, at the mall.
yeah.
It was at the mall in Miami. Yeah.
So they're doing test drills right now. So what they want to do is they're gonna fake the second coming, and
Mhm.
they're gonna use technology. It's gonna be like a movie. It's gonna be like a movie,
Mhm.
but you in it, and they going all the way the whole night because they've been working with extraterrestrials, aliens, whatever you call them, shits. They call it. They don't call them. The reason why you can't find it online because it's not called that. They're not called
Mhm.
aliens and none of that. UFOs is not called UFOs no more. They're called
Mhm.
UAPs.
Mhm.
Hashtag UAPs and watch what after that. You probably get scared and get off the internet because there's so many sightings in this country that they don't show you here. And every other place that went public with the fact that that UFO that they shot down, they told you was a balloon, was a Russian balloon,
Mhm.
China balloon. That wasn't no
Mhm.
damn China balloon. That was a UFO. They shot it down, and it had people on it. It had living aliens on it, and and it got them. They got
Mm.
them, and they working with them. They working with them. They're working with his name is J Rod. J Rod, they working with them and they doing reverse engineering. They asking them
Mhm.
to show them technology that they could possibly sell to you in the future. That's exactly what they're doing.
Mm.
And that's why this is where all this new technology that you're seeing is coming from. And it's gonna get you think you're seeing something now. Wait till what's about to happen. You're gonna be
Mhm.
scared. You're gonna be all the way scared.
Yeah.
Like the FDA just approved Neuralink to put microchips in your brain, and
Yeah, I saw that.
this is the government saying it's okay to do this to the people. Yeah, you can put chips in their head and experiment on them. That's okay. They doing
Mhm.
that. They're just starting with that, and then it's about to go to the next level because
Mhm.
the next level is the aliens. They're gonna come out to the public with it. They're gonna come out and show you one, and because they've been working with them long enough now. Since
Mhm.
World War One. This is where it all started. That's why the beef between Russia, China, and America. World War III is going to be
Mhm.
exactly that because it's a technology war. It's a
Mhm.
space war. Who's going to colonize the moon first? Russia and China done beat America already, and they
Mhm.
pissed about that. They all the way pissed about that. So the next plan for here is we're gonna let AI control the Earth, and then we're gonna introduce the robots to them. And then once they get comfortable and accept it, we out. We all the way out. They're gonna break out and they're gonna leave this planet under digital control. And it's gonna be a digital control planet. They can control remote from Mars. They ain't gotta be here, but they can
Mhm.
control it. And that's the level of thinking they doing it. You're gonna be locked
Right.
on a digital planet screaming to get help and you ain't gonna be able to have it. And so you better get your step your spiritual game up right now. Because
Mhm.
this is all the way in effect already. And
Mhm.
they're gonna stage it where it's gonna scare the shit out of people. People gonna run to them for help. Please help me, I'm scared. They ain't gonna know what to do. But they doing that
Mhm.
at the time, they doing that at the same time current with the scripture saying the second coming will happen, the rapture is gonna happen. So they trying to
Mhm.
deceive you before the rapture happens.
Mm.
So you go in the wrong direction. Or you go scared and run away from when the rapture comes, you be running away from things that's coming to get you, coming to help you. It's a trick.
Right, you're gonna be running to the enemy. Yeah.
Hmm. It's a trick. They're tricking you out of this. They're like, before this happened, because they in trouble. So they're like, we know we in trouble, but we got to scare, we got to trick the people because all hell about to break loose, and then it's about to be soon because not everybody is part of this plan. Russia just
Mhm.
opened up the vaults and just showed the whole world that the Messiah is black. They just
Mm.
showed them the icons is there. They've been hiding in Russia for the longest, and Jesus is black. Mary is black. They just opened up the vaults and just showed everybody and said, "F it." He said Jesus is black, and I ride it with him. So Putin is pretty. He's not with the New World Order. He's going to
Mhm.
see some of them is against his agenda. So they
Right.
probably try to take him out soon. See, that's what.
Mhm.
They using these areas to spy on things. They use Ukraine to spy on Russia.
Mhm.
See, they just paid. Biden just gave Ukraine like 7 billion. to fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why he's giving them all that money instead of paying Black Americans the reparations. He's
Mm,
giving all that money to Ukraine so they can be in position to spy on Russia
for real. And
instead of worrying about the people that built this country and trying to make things right with us, not knowing that hey, maybe if you square that debt that America needs to square with the Black Americans that built this country, maybe America wouldn't be going through all these things that it's about to go
they
through.
won. What's the main problem here is it's too divided.
Hmm.
It's not the United States of America. It's the divided states of America. It's
Yeah, they call
divided
it
here.
the states. If you go anywhere else, they don't even call it the United States. They just call it the states. Because every
Exactly,
state's
because those are
divided and every state has its own laws.
corporations. That's
Right.
business now. That ain't got nothing to
Hmm.
do with that. That destroys all the agriculture. They built on top of the agriculture so you don't own shit no more. So they put cities on top of it and then open up Walmart and sell you food that was grown on the floor, that was grown out the ground on the farm. So now, and then they mass produce it. And then they start mass producing food and start selling it to you.
Hmm.
Clone you, nothing is real. You clone food and then they're gonna clone people. They give clone people clone
Yeah.
food and they're gonna disappear.
Yeah, that's going to be the new race of people in these 2030 in the 2045, 2050 cities that they're looking to build, this dystopian cities. They want a new
Yes,
race of people for them. They don't want us as the beings we are. They don't want us as these beings we are to populate those cities. They're trying to phase us out and create this humanoid, if
it's
you
for
will.
real. Yes, yes, because
Mhm.
right now, this World War III is gonna be a probably it's gonna be a part of the most AI war you ever seen. It's gonna be
Mm.
deeper than Star Wars, yo. And it's gonna because they all got the tech, they all got the alien technology, and they excited to use it. And
Mhm.
they've been testing it on. You hear about these what they call them DEPs, direct energy weapons. So they got the
Mhm.
DW. They're using these weapons that you don't see that's causing problems. What's that happening with the fire over there? What's that, Hawaii or something? Where they just had the
There was a
fires.
fire in Hawaii. Yeah, but it
Yeah,
only burned up to a certain point of land. Like it's
it's,
astonishing. If you see fire stopped burning, you
it's
can tell that
perfect.
they
It's
did
like
that
the
on
perfect.
purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the perfect
Yeah.
fire. Fire is
Right.
not that perfect. That shit is gonna burn
Right.
everything, or it's gonna not. It's gonna
It
stop.
pass until you put it out.
So they're using the alien weapons on us, but they're using it on the people. See, this is,
Mhm.
and they're about to start selling flying cars in a minute. They
Mhm.
being sold now. So they're gonna start selling flying cars. It's coming.
Mhm.
And then these niggas that made their own kind of UFO. And it's
Mhm.
about the Pentagon owns it. I think it's called a
Mhm.
B1. It's called a B, the stealth B1. It's a stealth bomber. So what they did
Mhm.
was they got the technology, but they're gonna use it on you. Instead of they're gonna sell it to you. They're gonna sell it to you. They're gonna sell it to you instead of it's the most sneakiest shit in the world. So we'll sell
Mhm.
it to the people before they realize it's free and they have
Yeah.
access to it and they can use it themselves. They're gonna sell it
Yeah,
to
so
you.
they're just monetizing it on like they do everything else in this capitalist
Yeah.
society. Whatever they can do to monetize and get rich off the backs of everybody else is what they
You
do.
know what's the craziest shit I heard? They get ready to come up with a tax law to tax AI.
Mm.
They're gonna tax AI because AI is about to come and take over your jobs.
Oh
It's about
yeah,
to
I
be
heard Bill
jobless
Gates
over here.
talking about that, right? Bill Gates said put a robot tax, put a tax on the robots.
They're gonna tax
Because
it
they're because
because
they're saying he said if the robots take over our jobs, they're going to lose the tax that they impose on
was
us
yeah,
workers. And when
yeah,
the
because
robots take over, they're worried about the taxes that they're going to lose. So now they want to put a tax on the robots.
yes,
That's how
because what I
diabolical that man is.
and it's gonna get worse because this is coming in for November. So they're gonna move
Mm,
Biden out the way because Biden is old. He don't even
right,
remember the teleprompter. He can't even read the
right.
teleprompter correctly. So they're like, we gotta get this nigga out of the way. We
Facts,
gotta get him out of
facts.
the way and put
Yeah,
Trump in here so we can get straight to this new world order shit. So we can
right.
stop playing around with these people. We gotta get this shit popping, yo. And because they tired of playing games. The game playing is over. Plus, Obama done moved all the boogeyman. The boogeyman that was there is gone. There's no more
Hmm.
Osama bin Laden, No more Saddam. No
Hussein.
more. All that shit is gone. So it's open. It's open sesame
It's
right
open season for them over there. Open sesame. They can go over there and control that land and camp out on the land and be in
now. Yeah,
position.
because
You
those
know,
niggas, they was protecting shit over there to keep them from taking over there. Because they
right.
was going over there taking shit too, taking their gold. They go over there, take
hmm
their gold, and take all the shit. And see, that's the thing
hmm
too. We got money, but it don't got nothing to back it. We ain't got no backing
Yeah, the
behind
money
our money.
to me shit because it's just printed on paper, and that's what's going to really bring down the economy is this new BRICS because it's backed by gold reserve, and we don't have gold reserve in this country.
Yes, and they get ready to come with the bitcoins and all this shit. The money get ready to go
hmm
digital. The
Right.
blockchain is happening, and it's about to happen. And they're gonna make money. The dollar gonna disappear, and it's gonna be digital. You're gonna have a digital ID to get money now.
Yeah, digital wallet, a digital ID to get money, even to go online, to go to certain places. They're going to be tracking where you're going. If you don't have a good digital social score, you will be locked out from certain places and certain events.
Mm-hmm.
This is their plan to phase out any type of homelessness. People who are homeless who don't have access to this type of technology or this type of thing, that's all meant to phase out, build these smart cities, and have only people who can afford to live there and be a part of this order going forward, and that's the plan. What they're doing.
Yes, because they already started building these shits already. The
hmm
rich niggas built it already. They started building.
Yeah,
They
they're
like
yeah.
I'm getting away from society because this shit about to happen. And
I think they said by 2030 was it by 2030 that Saudi Arabia have their smart city built.
yes, it's called the line. That shit is
hmm
crazy. That's
Yeah,
some
it's
shit that you
wild.
be like, this is like a movie, yo. This is for
Yeah,
real.
that's really yes. Watching the movie, I seen that. Let me play one more flowers, and I want to ask you about Antarctica. Let me play one more flowers here.
What's good? It's your girl Fire Nation Flames, and I just want to give a big shout out to Taylor B and the general of GGO. Razah, we love you. Thank you for everything that you've given to hip hop and continuing to be for hip hop. You're always going to be my hip hop angel.
I
There
love
we
my
go, Fire
family, yo.
Nation Flames with the flowers for Razah. So that's good. Thank you so much for tuning in to part 2 of the Hip Hop Hour featuring Hellraiser. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe and share the video. Make sure you tune in next week on Wu Wednesday, April 3rd for the final part 3. Let me know what you thought in the comments below about the Saudi Arabia smart city plans for 2030. Peace.